For him not to have missed a game, and he's really carrying the load. AD hasn't been up to himself yet. We're not seeing the AD. We saw a little bit of it the other night. Well, he went 27 and 12, something like that. But right now he's 23 and 9. But I'm surprised that LeBron is playing as much as he is, and I think he's playing well, Skip. He's trying to get everybody else involved. I mean, he's coming out and he's staying out for longer periods of time. On average, he's playing about 15, 16 minutes in the first half, following that up with another 16, sometimes 17, 18 minutes in the second half. But averaging 32 and a half minutes a game and putting up the numbers that he is, they have the best record. So, yeah, right now I would say so, but it's a long ways to go. LeBron normally doesn't get serious about the MVP conversation until after the All-Star game, even though they're not going to have it, Skip. They're still going to have the selection. So we're still a ways away. We're probably about another month before LeBron says, okay, hey, shoot, man, I got a chance to get this thing. Because remember last year, Skip, it was like that weekend where he had the Bucks, he had the Clippers that we saw him take off and like, okay, let me go ahead and make a push for this thing because I think it's a realistic chance now. So I think that's what he'll do again. But Paul George has had a great year thus far. Steph, Yoke has been unbelievable. 24, 11, and 10. They're 5-5, and Joel Embiid, they've lost their last 3. He's 27-12. But I would say right now, if like you'd like to tell me, if the voting was today, I believe LeBron would win it. But the voting isn't today. It's a long ways away. But he's playing well right now.
So I do agree with this part of your conclusion. If the voting were today, I believe he would win it. And I would say that the voting was a joke. I also, for the record, told you last year, after that weekend in question that you just brought up, Milwaukee and the Clippers, and who else was it?
Yeah.
But it was those two, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I said LeBron just won the MVP because I believe he deserved the MVP just ahead of the pandemic. Then the rest of it, I didn't really care. It was when they went to the bubble.
Well, they had stopped the voting. They said once the season stopped, so the bubble didn't count.
He deserved the MVP over Giannis last year. Here's my problem with LeBron, and I know it's early, but that's what we're doing right now if the voting were today. My problem with early LeBron so far, he has been a disaster in the fourth quarters. In the money quarter, the numbers are horrendously bad by his standards. Year 18, whatever. He's LeBron James. You say he's the GOAT. He's obviously one of the top 3 or 4 players in the league right now. But look at these numbers in the fourth quarter so far. He's shooting 36.7%. Remember, he's a career 50% from the field shooter.
Right.
50%. He's going to make half the shots that he takes. In fourth quarter so far, he ranks 200th at 36.7%. From 3 so far, just in the fourth quarter, he ranks 156 because he's making 23.8%. Well, that's by his, it's horrible. And then from the free throw line, he ranks 172nd so far in the fourth quarters at 65.2%. Let's look at just the last 3 fourth quarters that he's played. He is 2 of 15 combined in those 3 fourth quarters. 2 of 15. He is 0 for 6 from 3 and 5 of 10 from the free throw line. That's a combined minus 14 in the 3 fourth quarters of the last 3 games that he's played. Mm-hmm. The one that caught my eye, and I watch every game that he plays, even though this year we get distracted because we have to watch NFL and NBA up against each other. Right. I've never seen anything like this before, but I've usually got one NBA game on while the NFL game is on.
Right.
So Friday night, I forced Ernestine. I said, no, we can't watch whatever we were going to watch, whatever the movie was. I've got to watch the LeBron game. Okay, so she sat with me, and so here we go. It's Chicago. It's a team they should handle at home, although it's hard to sort of get up for Chicago.
Really? Like, ask the Clippers how easy it should have been.
I got it, but it took all of Kawhi and all of Paul George, and they held them off at the end. Okay? So in this case, I'm not sure that LeBron and company held them off. They just got lucky at the end.
If I'm not mistaken, Skip, they did this without AD. AD didn't play.
AD did not play, so it was all LeBron all the time in the fourth quarter. So down the stretch of the fourth quarter.
How was he down the stretch?
Okay, 1:42 left, he missed a 3. Then he drove and missed again about 30 seconds later. Then he drove and muscled in a layup, and it should have been a three-point, and it should have been. And
no, it doesn't say.
And nothing.
Say it with me. And one.
And nothing. He missed the free throw, which would have put them up 4 at the time. Then Garrett Temple comes down for the Bulls and drains a 3. Unlikely. But here we go back down, and with 20 seconds left, I'm saying, LeBron, just drive it. They can't keep you from the rim. If you have to go shoot the free throws, you can make these free throws to put you up 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so LeBron has, I got to be honest, he has stunk in the fourth quarters, and everybody's saying he deserves the MVP. I don't get it.
What about
last year? Yes. This year,
what about the other quarters?
Okay, well, obviously, the numbers that he's putting up are still pretty good. They're still pretty good. 24, 8, and 8, really.
Yeah.
24, 8, and 8. Okay. He rolls out of bed in 24, 8, and 8, and this is year 18. I give you that. He's probably going to have the greatest 18th season that you could ever have.
19th, 20th, 21st.
Okay, we'll see about that. You better take them one at a time.
We take them one at a time. We know what'll happen.
Okay, but you cannot make a case for how he's playing in these fourth quarters. I'm sorry.
But, okay, of the guys that's on the board, with throwing Paul George, throwing Jokic, throwing Embiid, who would you vote MVP right now?
At this moment,
yes.
I told you last week, I think Paul George has played at the highest level of anybody so far. I just believe it.
Now, you can't be the high level if you get beat by 51 and then you go a 22-point lead.
But he said we took Christmas Day, the day after Christmas.
Okay, what about that 22-point lead, though?
Okay.
I get that 51, but what about the 22-point lead?
That was Steph finally turning back into Steph, and he has been lousy in a lot of fourth quarters, and that was the one that he took off in. They could not guard him in the fourth quarter.
What you mean?
After they had just dominated that team as they should have. That was on the same night that this happened.
Hold on, but you told me, now everybody keep telling me that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are the two best wing defenders.
I saw you tweeted that.
Yeah,
right?
And what about Pat Bev? Oh, Pat Bev, that bulldog. Hey, show that. You remember what he did to LeBron? Flew out of his hands. They got little old Steph. Y'all let little Steph do that?
Well, Steph is 2 inches taller than Pat Bev.
Okay,
listen, that was the Steph who made 105 straight three-pointers in practice.
That you didn't believe.
I still don't believe it.
Exactly.
I still don't believe it because he's still shooting lousy from 3 by his standards. But in this game against the Clippers, that was just crazy hot Steph.
But guess what? You was talking crazy about Chicago almost beating the Lakers. Old Zach LaVine. He got 38 against the Lakers. He went and got 45 or 10 threes against the Clippers.
You know what? He's really good. No, he is on a bad team. But he is really good. He is a handful.
And when he get it going like this, Skip, what you going to do?
Okay, well, that's what I said about Steph. I just kept waiting for somebody to stop him, and they just couldn't stop him.
Nah.
You can't. When he does that, remember, that was in their new arena up in San Francisco.
You just run by the coach, hey, what you want to do? What's the next set? Just like Devontae, Skip. Last night, when the guy get it going like that, Coach, I can't do nothing with, hey, y'all better roll some coverage or something.
I don't know. But it's a long season. Maybe LeBron can bounce back in fourth quarters, but so far, so bad.
Well, we got, we got, who we got tonight? Oh, we got the Rockets tonight.
Got to do it again.
Yeah.
Back-to-back at the Rockets. Okay. It's hard to win back-to-back on the road.
Although we just did it to Spurs.
Yeah.
And look at the Spurs.
Without LaMarcus Aldridge.
And LaMarcus Aldridge had another game like that since. Gary Trent Jr.